Hey guys, how's it going? This is Holden here with MangaPursuit, and this is week 23, which is our thoughts on the manga and anime community. I want to talk about the industry and the community. So let's start off with the industry. The anime industry is doing fairly stable here in the US. It's not doing great, but it's not doing bad. It's just doing pretty good. You know, it's staying even in this horrible economy to begin with, and that's something really, because I mean, like ADV was shut down, Sentai films came out. You know, that kind of just negates that. The manga and anime here in America is actually really fairly priced. I say this because, you know, you can get like a save edition for like $13 now, which is pretty insane. Because I wanted to get Welcome to the NHK on save edition, but that's off topic. You can also get older box sets really cheap. Like I got I got Razafon, the complete collection, which is just these 2 boxes, each with 4 discs, released by the old ADV. And that was $20 for both of those, so together, so they're $10 each, which was a great deal. I mean, that show is amazing. But it really shows you how fairly priced we are here. I mean, we gotta really be thankful for what we got. DVDs in Japan are actually pretty hard to come by stuff, and like they're really expensive, because usually for 25 episode anime they have about 12 discs for they'd have 2 discs, 2 episodes per disc usually, and they have usually 12 discs. Occasionally the last one would maybe have 3. Whereas here in America, the average season that's 25 episodes has around 6 discs, and sometimes comes with an art box. Like I got a Shuffle here. It's got all 6 DVDs released by Funimation. I got them all back in the day when they were coming out. Yeah, it's a great series, and I remember, yeah, Volume 6 came with the art box, and also it came with God panties, so yeah, that was really weird. But regardless, it's a lot cheaper than, you know, buying 12 versus buying 6. I mean, we got it really easy here in America, actually. I'm not sure about other countries, but here I know we got it good. Next thing I want to talk about is the manga industry. The manga industry seems a little more unstable to me, kind of. It's doing really well, but it just, companies themselves seem unstable, because a series seems to be able to like shut down kind of out of nowhere. Like Del Rey was just like smooth sailing, and then just like crashed and burned. I don't even know what happened with that even. But I know it's going out of business now because Air Gear is not going to be printed by them. But Kodansha's coming out and saving them, which is kind of balanced again, which goes back to ADV was shut down, Sentai films came out, balanced, Del Rey was shut down, Kodansha came out, and it's really weird how that's always balanced like that. Another thing about the manga industry is anime, you don't usually see a series go incomplete for a certain season. They usually finish the season and then they'll just be like, cut it, like Hellgirl with Funimation, they did season 1, they dubbed it, and seasons 2 and 3, I think Sentai released, Sentai films, and they didn't dub it, but at least they're out. So pretty much what I'm trying to say is, the manga industry, a series can be cut for the slightest thing, like what? For example, yeah, Reborn's, I'm pretty sure it's on hiatus or been cut from Viz, which is pretty sad. But it's a real. And then you have like Eden of the East by Dark Horse. No, I mean Eden, It's an Endless World by Dark Horse, which is stuck on volume 12, and I think there's only 18 volumes in the whole series. But what are we gonna do? And pretty much every other Tokyo Pop series just gets killed, which is kind of sad, really. But that's kind of because the manga industry is really like unpredictable, and the fluctuating prices really annoys the hell out of me. It's annoying me to the point where I have to look at the back of every manga volume because I seriously don't know how much it's gonna be. And gone are the days where you can walk into a Borders with like $11 and just get anything off like the new manga thing. It's like if you have $11, they'll just like laugh at you, and you'll have to get an older Shonen Jump or older Tokyo Pop, which is really sad that you can't really get any new stuff for about $11 anymore. Well, that's including tax, it'd be like $10 and then $1. American economy. So next up I want to talk about the anime and manga community. I think the community is fairly good, actually. They're all pretty quiet, really. Well, not all of them are quiet, that's what I'm saying. You have some really quiet fans, and then you have the over eccentric, like yelling fans who just scream at everything, and I don't know, they just annoy the hell out of me, that's for sure. But they're okay. I mean, they're better than them just like sitting on their computer just watching it like illegally online and just destroying the industry. Which brings me to my next point. Since everyone's talking about it, I feel like I'm compelled to talk about it too. Sustain the Industry. Sustain the Industry was originally made to have the right arm of Edward Elric, and she would buy stuff and show it and have the prices, and then with that she would try to influence other people, and then it kind of snowball effect. Like she started it and it just kind of came down. Yeah, a lot of people do it now. I personally don't do it, but I completely agree with its cause 100%. Because I think supporting your authors and favorite directors is a really great thing. I don't personally do it, but as you can tell by my collection, I do support the industry in my own way. But back in the day, even I used to have, the first one I've had was I have Akira on VHS. It was probably my first anime I ever owned when I was 10 years old, and then after that I got Neon Genesis Evangelion subbed, which had 2 episodes on a VHS tape. That was a long time ago. Now I'm getting into how I got an anime, which is, I think, next week. So watch that next week. I think the anime, Sustain the Industry is really fine. I don't think people need to yell at it. Don't 100% agree with the whole showing the receipts. It would make more sense if you had a picture or a scan of it, because if I was to just like hold something this close to the camera and just be like, "Oh, read that fine print," it kind of doesn't work. I'm saying that if you had like a picture of it, it might work. But I do see the idea behind it. The idea is so you can compile information and then get like a grand total of how much said people support the industry, which is a great thing. I'm 100%ing with that. Next thing I want to talk about is fake anime fans. There's been a lot of like mudslinging recently with all of like the anime manga community on YouTube with the fake fans, which I really think is kind of lame, because since all humans are in fact real, unless they're like Lady Gaga and have tits and a dick, when she's fake, and all the people are real and they're all fans, they're just not hardcore fans, or they just don't support the industry. So I don't see why we call them fake fans or fake anime fans. We should just call them like bitches. I don't think that necessarily they're fake anime fans. I think they're legitimate fans of the anime industry. They just don't support it. I guess that's the major things that I can talk about. So I hope you liked this video, and it's the new 24s next week, how we started manga, and I guess until then, take it easy. Yeah, but with the art box, you pretty much got this, which I've no idea why they gave you, this set of like what the hell are these? Like god panties, I think is what they are. Yeah, they're like, what the fuck of it? Like, why'd you do this? Like, so it's like wear this hat. Like, who would actually wear this shit? Seriously, besides me on my head.